It's fascinating. All these articles you sent about the global mental health crisis
Yeah.
really feels like everyone's feeling the squeeze these days.
Yeah.
We're going to take a deep dive into this stuff you sent over, especially this Financial Times piece.
Uh-huh.
Global mental health crisis hits workplaces. It's
Oh, yeah.
it really paints a picture of the size of this thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and how it's impacting businesses,
Mm-hmm.
especially in finance.
Right.
That's a big one.
Yeah. A big one.
It's more than just a feeling, though, right?
Yeah.
Like the World Health Organization
Right.
and the International Labor Organization,
Mm-hmm.
they put out a report
Yeah.
that estimated the global economy
Uh-huh.
is losing like $1 trillion every year
Wow.
because of depression and anxiety.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's like 12 billion working days,
Mm-hmm.
just gone,
It's a huge number.
poof.
Yeah.
And Professor Kate Pickett
Oh, yeah?
from York University points out something really interesting, I think.
Okay.
It's not just like people are more aware now, right?
Right.
Like people are more open to talking about it.
Yeah.
These numbers are really a signal that something's shifted.
Uh-huh.
There's a real
Mm-hmm.
and concerning rise in these issues.
Right. Right.
Like
They're hard numbers.
hard numbers. Yeah.
This trend has been building for a while now.
Yeah.
And experts like Professor Pick, I mean, they're not saying this is just temporary.
Right.
The pandemic was like lighter fluid on this fire, though, right? Like
Mhm.
it pushed those numbers even higher.
Yeah.
The WHO found that depression alone
Okay.
jumped by 25% globally.
25%.
Yeah, wow. In 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
Big jump.
That makes you think about the long tail of the pandemic.
Right.
How many people are still dealing with the aftershocks?
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like a societal hangover, right?
Yeah.
Going back to quote unquote normal
Mm.
hasn't been easy.
The article talks about this idea of a COVID hangover,
Mm-hmm.
which I think resonates. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like certain industries are feeling this more acutely.
Mm-hmm.
This Deloitte survey you sent over
Okay.
has some findings about the financial sector.
Yeah.
Pretty alarming.
Oh, really?
17% of employees
Okay.
in the UK financial sector
Mhm.
are experiencing burnout.
Okay.
That's way higher than the 12% average
Yeah.
across other industries.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, though, right?
Right.
The nature of that industry,
Oh, yeah.
the fast-paced, high-stakes environment,
Yeah.
it creates a breeding ground for this stuff.
Right.
And when you look at the cost
Yeah.
associated with poor mental health,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a surprise that finance is so vulnerable.
Yeah.
The same Deloitte survey found the annual cost per employee
Okay.
in finance is more than double any other sector.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
A massive 5,379. That's huge.
Yeah.
You can't ignore a number like that.
No.
Makes you wonder why this sector seems to be more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Is it the culture,
It could be.
the workload,
Yeah.
or is it
It's probably a combination of factors.
Yes.
We know that the always-on,
Hmm.
high-pressure culture in finance
Yeah.
can be incredibly demanding.
Yeah.
Long hours.
Yeah.
Constant deadlines.
Mm.
The pressure to perform.
Yeah.
It all takes its toll.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does.
It's not just the stuff inside the companies, right?
Right.
There's the whole world outside too.
Absolutely. The cost of living crisis is a huge weight on people's shoulders. I mean, in every industry, but
Yeah.
it's got to be worse in places like finance,
Right.
where your job sort of comes with a certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that lifestyle ain't cheap these days.
No.
Then you pile on social media.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It makes everything look perfect,
Right.
successful, and happy
Yeah.
all the time.
It's all fake though.
Yeah.
It's the Joneses with their filters and their staged photo shoots.
Mm.
No wonder everyone's stressing out,
Exactly.
trying to keep up with that.
And it's not just the employees, right?
Yeah.
It's their families, too.
Oh, yeah.
Deloitte's research says 1 in 5 kids in the UK
Yeah.
are probably dealing with some kind of mental health thing. A
Jeez.
few years ago, it was 1 in 9.
That's awful.
Yeah,
It's gotta be tough on working parents,
definitely.
especially in high-pressure jobs.
Yeah, imagine trying to manage a tough job
Right.
and you're worried sick about your kid.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. And it's not just emotional.
Right.
The article says UK employers are losing like £8 billion a year.
$8 billion
Yeah.
from parents stressing about their kids.
Yeah, parental concerns
Wow.
about their kids' mental health.
That really shows you how connected it all is.
It really does.
You can't just say mental health is a personal problem.
Yep. It affects everyone.
It's a system-wide thing.
Right. Families, jobs, the economy.
And it needs a system-wide response.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's some good news, too.
Okay, good.
The Mind Forward Alliance,
Mm-hmm.
they surveyed like 12,000 workers
Okay.
all over the world,
Okay.
and they found something really interesting.
Okay, what's that?
So finance and law,
Yeah.
they have more mental health issues,
Right.
but they're also doing the most to fix it.
It's like they're on the front lines.
Yeah.
They see it first.
They see how bad it is,
Yeah,
both for the people and for their business.
Yeah.
So they're taking action.
that makes sense.
And what's cool is they're finding that even small things can help.
Oh, really? Like what kind of things? I'm curious.
Well, one of the biggest things is just talking about it openly.
Okay.
The Mind Forward Alliance found that when leaders talk about mental health,
Mm-hmm.
honestly,
Yeah.
like, it's okay. 85% of employees feel supported.
That's a lot.
It is, right? But when they don't,
Yeah.
only 31%.
It seems obvious now,
Right.
but it used to be taboo
Oh,
to
totally.
talk about it at work.
You didn't want to seem weak.
Right.
But now companies are getting it,
Yeah.
creating a culture where people can talk about their struggles.
Yeah.
It's good for everyone.
It's the right thing to do,
It is.
and it's good for the business.
Exactly. Employees feel supported.
Yeah.
They work better.
Mm-hmm.
They stick around longer.
It's a win-win.
It is. It's about making it normal.
Yeah.
To say, hey, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
And people get it.
Right.
They don't judge you.
Exactly.
And that starts at the top.
Right.
The leaders set the example.
Yeah.
They make it safe for people to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that changes everything.
So what have we learned from all this research?
Well, the global mental health crisis is real.
Yeah.
And it's hitting businesses hard,
Mm-hmm.
especially finance.
Right.
But there's hope.
Right.
If we talk about it openly
Yeah.
and put supportive policies in place,
Mm-hmm.
we can make workplaces healthier,
Yeah.
more productive
For sure.
for everybody.
I'm glad you ended on a positive note.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it can be pretty overwhelming
It can.
when you see all those statistics.
It is a lot.
And how big this problem is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not about pretending everything's perfect,
Yeah.
or just pushing through it.
Yeah.
Like, it's about realizing that our mental health
Yeah.
is just as important as our physical health.
Absolutely.
And we have to be proactive
Mm-hmm.
about taking care of it.
You wouldn't hesitate to go to the doctor if you broke your leg.
Right.
You shouldn't hesitate to seek help for your mental health either.
It's about building that culture,
Yeah.
compassion,
Mm-hmm.
understanding, and support
Right.
so people can thrive
Absolutely.
both personally and professionally.
It all starts with a conversation sometimes.
Just talking about it. And remember, it's not weak to ask for help.
No, not at all.
It's actually a sign of strength
It is.
and self-awareness.
Reaching out is so important.
Mm.
It's the first step to getting better.
It's like admitting you don't have all the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to lean on others.
Yeah.
And by talking about it,
Yeah.
creating these healthy environments,
Right.
we can make a difference
We can.
for everyone.
For sure.
So we'll wrap up this deep dive now
Okay.
into all this research you sent.
It's been a really interesting journey.
It has been,
A
yeah.
little heavy at times.
Yeah, for sure.
But I hope people come away from this
Yeah.
feeling empowered,
Yeah.
knowing that they can make a difference
Hmm.
in their own lives and the lives of others.
That's the key takeaway here.
We're not helpless in the face of this crisis.
Yeah.
We all have a part to play in creating a healthier world.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time. For another exploration of the topics that matter to you,